Lauren with Alternative Nation, here with Ryan from Red Sun Rising. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Your set was awesome.
Thank you so much.
I got a couple really good shots of you guys.
Did you?
Yeah, from the pit.
Awesome.
It was pretty cool.
I'll send them the band's way. Check it out.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to be putting on Alternative Nation's Instagram, so I'll tag you guys in them and everything.
I'll check it out.
So, you guys, I have to ask you this question first of all, because I interviewed them Evils yesterday.
Yeah.
They told me that when I interviewed you guys, to ask about the last night of the tour with them.
Oh, wow, okay.
Apparently you got some stories.
So, all right. I missed this, but I sort of walked in on the tail end of it. But Jake from them Evils wanted to do, I guess it would be like the opposite of a tour prank. He kind of pranked himself, but...
sounds pretty character.
He laid on the floor, and our bass player, Ricky, pulled down his pants and stood over him, and somebody poured a shot, and it went right down Ricky's butt crack and right into Jake's mouth.
Oh, butt shot.
And he took it. It was a butt shot. So you knew, like, oh, butt shot. We do that all the time.
Yeah.
I've never done a butt shot, but I'm telling you, if you saw Ricky's butt, you wouldn't want to do a butt shot.
Well, I haven't done one, but my guy friends.
No butt shots for you?
It seems like something that guys
What orifice do you prefer your shots from?
My mouth.
That's the correct answer.
So Thread was released a couple weeks ago, and Death Wish has been on the active rock charts for about 14 weeks now.
Yeah,
that's really impressive.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the success of that song?
I'm excited for it. I think it's sitting at around number 9 right now with the little up arrow.
Yep.
So that's good. It's great. You know, we know this album isn't like the sequel to the first album. At least we hear that a lot. We took some chances with it, and Death Wish was kind of an expression of the record. It's 3 different songs kind of in one, but it's still us. We're still proud of it. We loved it, and we took some risks, and we thought if the album was going to be risky, the first single should be the riskiest.
Yeah.
Let's just let everybody know. No dipping your toes in the water. Just dive into the pool. So I'm proud, and I'm happy, and I'm glad people are responding to it, and it's probably my most favorite song to play, especially during festivals.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's
thank
really
you.
Fun. I was going to ask, kind of to elaborate more on the sound. It does sound like a bunch of different songs put in one. What was like the intention behind that?
Well, here's what I'll tell you. I'll tell you that I knew I wrote the riff, and then I knew I wanted something like what we have in the verses, and in the end, the big epic vocal part. And Mike and I came together, then the whole band came together, but we recorded in El Paso, Texas. And that Latin sound is like on the border of Juarez. Kind of, it's that Latin sound starting to like bleed into our sound. It's kind of all over the record, little spots here and there. And once that happened, the middle section was born.
Yes.
And it didn't need to be there, but we liked it so much we kept it in. So
the end sounds like an anthem, kind of, with the way there's like the piano melodies and everything in it.
Yeah, that was the goal, I think, to make it sound kind of like. Just people in unison celebrating, or, you know, if you saw the video, it's kind of apocalyptic, that sort of thing.
It looked like it was some kind of Thanksgiving dinner gone wild, sort of, at some point.
Yeah, right.
So, I'm intrigued behind the meaning behind Thread. Can you tell viewers what Thread means and what the significance behind the title is?
Thread is kind of like an anti-genre. Which is ironic, I guess, because we gave it a label, but it was our answer to people asking if we were alternative, if we were rock, if we were metal, because I don't even know what those things mean anymore. Like, Metallica was a metal band when I was growing up, and now if you ask younger kids, Metallica's a rock band, like that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
But it also is so unimportant. I feel like people should just listen, see if they like it. If they don't, move on. If they do, good, you know. It doesn't have to be anything. And that was just our answer to that. You know, when you get signed, I feel like, or when you start to make a career out of it, the first thing people try to do is pigeonhole you, and I think that stunts your growth sometimes as a band. We didn't want that. We just wanted to be able to do whatever we wanted artistically.
Definitely. I saw that Mike said that he didn't feel that you guys really came together as a band until the making of this album. Why? Like, why is that the case?
Well, first of all, the other 3 guys weren't. Ricky, Dave, and Pat were not with us when we recorded or wrote Polyester Seal.
Okay.
They came afterwards. So Mike and I were kind of always used to this like rotating cast of band members, and it was always he and I writing and working. And this was the first time that we took the entire group from the road and we wrote together, recorded together from scratch, and it brings you together. It's once everybody can plant their flag in the music and like take pride in it and say I helped write this. It's a different feeling, you know. I feel like it's like taking pride in your kids.
Yeah,
you know.
Absolutely. So with Polyester Zeal, you guys had 2 number ones back to back. Did that have any kind of impact on your outlook when you guys went to the studio to record Thread?
No, but we did get pressure, I think, from media and, just from fans. They call it a sophomore slump, meaning you're just never as good as your first record. And I didn't go as good or not as good didn't mean anything to me. It's like, are we going to grow? Is it going to be different? Are we going to love it still? I think what this band will never do is make the same record twice. So the next one might be heavier. Yeah. We don't know. It could be anything. It's just never going to be the same. It won't be this. It won't be Thread. It'll be something else.
Art is meant to evolve. It's not meant to stay
I agree with you. Yeah, the world is constantly changing. It's in the moment music.
Definitely.
Which is how we like to live our lives anyway.
Yes, artists are supposed to be free, not controlled by the industry or anything like that.
I agree with you. It's hard. Once you start selling art, there's like that struggle that how much of this is for you and how much of this is for the people purchasing it. And it seems to be the greatest art, to me anyway, are the people that just stay true to themselves and take risks and do what they want to do.
Definitely.
Right?
My favorite song off the record from the very first time I listened to it all the way through was Stealing Life. And I immediately picked up on the suicide references, and first person I thought of was Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
And I find out from an Instagram post you guys had a couple weeks later that was actually written after Chris Cornell's passing.
He was kind of the inspiration for that. Well, it was. We were going to go play Rocklahoma, and it was the first time we were going to open for Soundgarden, and they're one of the most, I would say, influential bands for us for sure. And we didn't get to. It was 4 days away, and that's obviously not the saddest part. Chris Cornell had a family and a legacy, but it just goes to show that all these bands are routing into a state to finally get to play with somebody who we idolized, and really looked up to. And it can happen to anybody. I know, people struggle with addiction. I have myself personally. Chester Bennington followed, and even some friends of ours, took their own lives. So, thank you. So the idea was we wanted to write a song about the aftermath of all that, and they don't get to. People that take their own lives, they don't get to help clean up afterwards, and so that's kind of what that song's about.
Definitely, yeah. Once I found that out, that it was kind of written after that fact, it took on a whole new meaning for me. Huge Chris Cornell fan.
Oh, you really truly are, yeah.
Yeah, this was actually the last festival I saw him at last year.
Oh, really?
And I woke up to the news on my way to Ohio to go to Rock on the Range. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. You guys are from Akron, right? Yeah.
Correct. So. Yeah. That's what's so sad. We got to play Rock am Ring in Germany, and what are they called now? Prophets of Rage.
Yes.
Chuck D stepped off, and it was just Audio Slave was left, basically.
Like a Stone.
And they did Like a Stone with Serge Tankian.
Yep.
And it was incredible. And I don't think there was a dry eye in the whole house. I was standing with my band and Chris Cale from Five Finger Death Punch. We were watching. Everybody was just tears, and it's funny to see all these big burly metal guys.
Oh yeah.
It just took it out of everybody. So
yeah,
it was beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. It was the tribute for him was a really nice thing. It felt like it was a funeral in Rock on the Range. It was like a just giant.
I wasn't there. I heard all about it though. Yeah. I think I was in Europe at the time. So so was it dark? What was the mood? Just kind of the celebration of Chris Cornell.
Yeah, they pulled up his face on the screen with a candle over it and played Hallelujah. And then Stone Sour came out and did Hunger Strike and Wish You Were Here, and it was just I was like a mess the entire time.
Oh yeah.
So,
wow.
Well, I didn't mean to end on such a somber note, but I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm going to be seeing you guys again at Rock on the Range as well.
Great. That's a hometown show. You get to open for Tool that day.
Yeah, awesome, incredible. Yeah, I can't believe Maynard's going to be headlining twice.
I know.
Insane.
Yeah.
Well, definitely go check out Thread, and if you can catch Red Sun Rising on the road, make sure that you do. And I hope you have a great day.
I hope you have a great day.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you.